Hey everybody, this is Fabian Alker, and in this video I want to talk about why it's important to do split testing. And in my example, I mainly talk about split testing on a so-called squeeze page or opt-in page. But of course, it's important everywhere, be it on a sales page, on a thank you page, on a email campaign, whatever you use to make money, there is always a chance to do split testing. But to just simplify it, I want to show you an example what you can do or what you actually can improve when you do split testing on your squeeze page. So I have prepared a little case study here. Let's say that today I ran a campaign with any traffic network, be it Bing, Facebook ads, Twitter ads, whatever, and I spent $40 for it. I sent this traffic to a sales funnel, and the sales funnel starts with a squeeze page. And I want people first to give me their email address. And once they opt in, they get to a thank you page. And on my thank you page, I will promote two different programs, as you can see here, program 1 and program 2. So in the case study, as I said, I spent $40 for the traffic, and on program 1 I made $70, and on program 2 I made $15, which is a total of $85. And as you can see, the profit is $45. The performance is actually 112% ROI, which means I more than doubled the money. As you can see, spending 40, total 85, it's more than double. The important thing is now that I had a conversion rate on my squeeze page of only 30%, which is actually not that good. Now I want to show you what you can reach if you do some split testing. And split testing actually means, let's go over here. If you do some split testing on your squeeze page, there are different things that you actually can test out. And here I have just a few examples what you can do. One thing is, for example, you change the background image. Another thing would be, or a main thing would be the headline. Change the headline. Sometimes completely change it or just slightly, just exchange one word. Then also the rest of the copy that you have on the squeeze page. Then one thing could be the button color, and then the CTA, which is the call to action, like click here to earn more money, or click here to join my team, whatever you have on the button. Also, this is something that you actually can test. There is one important thing: never test several things at the same time. So always do only one thing, because let's say you have a conversion rate of the 30%. Now I change the headline to a better one, and the conversion rate would raise to 40%. But at the same time, I change the background image as well, and the background image is actually not a good one, and that would lower my conversion rate. So in the end, I would stay at the 30%, but I don't know why. So there it's important that you always only do one change at the other. So do first this one, see if you can raise the conversion rate, then do the next, do the next, do the next, and in the end, it might be that you get a conversion rate of 50%. But it's always important to know why. Now let's go back to the numbers. Let's say I have done two different changes. First, the background image, then the headline, and I found out that I now have a conversion rate of 40%. So for now, or most people would actually think, well, it's a conversion rate of 10% more. 30 to 40, 10% more. But to be honest, this is actually wrong. Why? Because 30% means, let's say I send 100 people to my squeeze page, and 30%, that means 30 people, opt in on my squeeze page. That means the 30 people get to my thank you page, and from my thank you page I actually promote program 1 and program 2, and I get those numbers here, just as an example. Now let's say I get a conversion rate of 40%. That means 40 people will get to my thank you page. Now if we do the numbers or the math, if we count 100 divided through 30 times 40, that's actually a raise of 33%. It's not 10% as you might think, from 30 to 40, because we have now, instead of 30 people going to my thank you page, it's 40 people, and only 10% of 30 people would be 33 people, but we have 40 people, so that means actually I have 33% more people going to my thank you page. Now, if you do the math, just simply, not for everything here, we just take the total here. So let me see, $85 times 1.33, that would be 113. I just round the number. Traffic spending would still be the same. That's the important thing. I still spend $40, but I have now a much better conversion rate, which means it will end up in a total of $113. I mean, that's not really a guarantee. This is just an average. And once you have several days and you have traffic coming in and converting, you more or less have an average of a conversion rate. But let's just say, out of this example, 33% more people going to my sales page, so I expect 33% more of the total here, which is 113. And if we take the profit, I still have the formula here, it's $73 now. And if we take the performance, that's now the important thing. It's not 112%, it's 182%. So you see, from 112 to 182, that's really, really a lot. And also from 45 to $73 in pure profit, that's also a big difference. And in the beginning, you might think, wow, I just have actually improved my squeeze page conversion from 30% to 40%. That's not that much. But if you do the numbers like this, you will realize that it definitely makes a difference. So that's actually the example that I wanted to show you just for the squeeze page. Now imagine you have the thank you page, and you also do some changes on your thank you page, and you can then also, let's say the thank you page has a conversion rate of, I don't know, 20%, 10%, whatever. You can actually do the math on your own then. I just don't want to list everything here to make it complicated. Just want to mention it now at the end. If you also can raise the conversion rate on your thank you page, this number would even be higher. And there is another thing that you can do if you can lower the click price, which means you still spend $40, but the click price for this example is not 20 cents, but maybe 15 cents. That means for the same price, you get even more traffic. So the more traffic that comes in, the more money you make. So you have more traffic, you have a higher conversion rate on the squeeze page, and you also might have a higher conversion rate on your thank you page. So in the end, with just changing the squeeze page, the thank you page, and also your ads, you can actually make a big, big difference, which means you don't make maybe double of the money, you can even triple it or quadruple it. So that's something I wanted to tell you, because in the beginning I was always like, yeah, split testing, not that important, I will do it sometime. But then once I realized the impact that you can have with split testing and the numbers that change here, that's something that I always try to do, mainly on my squeeze page. I know that I should do even more split testing, but just one important thing, you should do it. Just start somewhere, and I would actually start on the squeeze page, because that's the entry point of your funnel. So you want as many people going through your funnel, and once you have improved your squeeze page, you can then start with improving your ads, improving your thank you page or sales page, whatever you have in your funnel. So that was just a quick video about the math and the importance of split testing. I hope you enjoyed that. See you in the next video, and goodbye.